YouTube, what's good, man? It's your boy Datway52, aka Mario. Hey, we just did a Van Halen video, and as I was scrolling through, this came up, and I've never seen this before. So that's what I was saying at the end of the other video. I was like, yo, we got a John5 video coming, and y'all gonna like it. So this video was 5 years ago. It says John5 on Van Halen's debut 40 years later. So we're going to check this out, man. We're going to see what he's talking about. So let's go. You know we love Van Halen here, and we love John5. Let's go.
What's up? This is Squiggy with the Music Experience and Loudwire's Gear Factor. We're about to go hang out with John5. What's up? This is Squiggy with the Music Experience and Loudwire's Gear Factor, hanging out with the man, the myth, the legend, the almighty Mr. John5.
These guitars are sick.
So, man, you know, we're going to talk about Mr. Eddie Van Halen, 40th year anniversary of their first record. Where were you when you first heard Van Halen?
You know, it's funny. My guitar teacher came over and brought me and played me the first Van Halen record, and it just came out, and it was like, you know, what was that? 77, 78, 78. So I was already playing guitar for a year, and I was like, and I loved Kiss. And I remember it said Gene Simmons on the back of the record, and I was like, oh my God. But when I heard it, I was blown away. I couldn't believe it. I really couldn't believe it. And
that's true, man. The first time I heard of Van Halen, I was like, what the hell is this? I was like, hold on. I heard a lot of guitar players, but I ain't never heard nobody do what he was doing on guitar. I was like, yo, what? I was like, hold on. Rewind it back. I said, oh my goodness, this guy's amazing. And then that's when I did the reaction video. And then you guys just kept coming. Check this out. Oh, you crazy. This guy's the best. And I was like, all right, we're going to check it out. Like, all right. Push it off a little bit. Ended up checking it out. I don't know how many reaction videos later. This guy's my favorite guitar player. And you guys know that. I mean, come on. It's crazy. But John5 is absolutely right. Like, it's amazing. It's crazy.
And changed my life forever, I'm telling you, for real.
Really?
Yeah.
How impactful was Eddie's playing on you as a guitar kid back then? How did that transform you? How did that impact you into the player that you are today?
Well, I was really into, again, like I was really into Hendrix and Kiss, and I loved Hee Haw, and I loved, you know, Roy Clark and Buck Owens and all that stuff, Jerry Reed. And then when I heard you know, I was blown away. You know, I was blown away. I was just like,
yes, sir.
Oh my God, that's so incredible. I was just like, it just moved me, and it was totally an epiphany for me, for sure. And it just, you know, just like I was saying, just changed my life forever. And, you know, I still am that same kid when I was, you know, 8 years old. I still listen to it all the time, and I still rock it. And I remember saying as a kid, oh man, I just want to be, you know, Eddie Van Halen and be married to Valerie Bertinelli and, you know, and hang out with Dave. And, you know, the last one happened, you know.
How would you describe Eruption for somebody who's never heard it?
Well, I think Eruption...
Hold on. How would I explain Eruption to somebody who has never heard it? Let me sum this up. It's like catching lightning in a bottle, and that's not even a good way to put it. It's like, I don't even know what I would say to somebody. I said, hey, I'll be like, first of all, I'd be like, have you heard the song? No. You play guitar, right? Yes. You love it, right? Yes, I love playing guitar. All right, go home, put this on. And because I remember the first time I heard it, my face was melting. I was like, there's no way this is one guitar. And I end up seeing the live video of Live Without a Net. And I was like, dude, this guy's really doing this. But it's just, I mean, every little thing in there, from the tapping to the rhythm to the little pause. To a little pause. And then he goes, and then he goes up and does the tapping. And it's just crazy, man. Like, it's insane. But let's go.
Just was a game changer. It was totally like, oh my God, just there was all that flash and all that craziness, but then we had the total like cool, like that cool little melody that that was like just such a hook. It was a game changer. It was just like something that no one has done before, and it was like that whole record sound. Even like the drums and the vocals and the bass and of course the guitar, it was just something that changed music forever.
We can thank Mr. Eddie Van Halen for giving us the most popular song riff to ever be played in every music store in the world. Guy picks up a guitar in the music store and they just go right to Eruption.
But there's also so many great other
there is
guitar riffs on there, like
ain't talking about love.
So many great ones. Just like it's endless. Every song on that record to me is just unbelievable. Oh, and let's not forget about
Feel Your Love Tonight.
I mean, just like everyone, it's like, geez.
Had you ever heard a guitar sound like that before?
No, actually, I've never. I don't think any of us have ever heard a guitar sound like that before.
No, hell no.
And I really do believe everyone's like trying to get this sound and trying to get the right amp and the right pedal and the right chord and the right pick and the right strings. And I really do believe it's just all in his hands, because I've heard him play through.
And that's what I said too. It's all in his hands, because you could have the rig, you could have everything he has, but do you have the tone in your fingers, and do you have that sweep and the pick? Do you have that? The question is, do you have that? And the answer is no, because you're not Mr. Eddie Van Halen. Only he has that tone, and he has all that. Like, don't get me wrong, I've seen a lot of videos where people have that tone, and they play the song exceptionally well. But if Eddie Van Halen plays that same song, and he's like, all right, give me the guitar, and he plays it, the sound that's coming out is going to be two different sounds. Like, I've said this before, I was like, I do believe that, and major shout out to John, because I really do believe that it is all in his hands, because even when I play, and my cousin comes over, and like he plays guitar, and he's like, how do you get that tone? And then I'll have the amp on the same settings and everything. I'm like, what do you mean it's the same settings? And then he's all like, no, like the way you just played and everything. And I'm like, oh, I guess it's just like the way I play it and all that. But yeah, like, I mean, come on, everybody has it. Like, you just have that tone in your fingers and all that. But like I said, man, you can have the rig, you can have everything, but you're not gonna play it like Mr. EVH. But like I said, major shout out to John, because I've said this before too.
A little practice amp, and it sounds just like Eddie Van Halen, because that's who it is.
Yeah.
So I really think it's just it's all in his hands.
What was the impact of Eddie's guitar? There was never a guitar that looked like it before, and it was a very DIY sound.
Well, here's what I think. Not only was Eddie just like unbelievable musician, songwriter, but now think about this. What an inventor he was.
Absolutely.
Because look at the design he came up with, the striped guitar. It's like, oh my God, that's like unbelievable.
Yeah.
Dude, it's unbelievable. That is one of the most iconic like symbols. You'll see that and go, oh, Van Halen.
Sure.
You know, it's just known for Van Halen.
True.
The black and white, and then the black and yellow, and then the, you know, the red, white, and black one. It's just totally iconic. And not only what a great guitar player, songwriter, but also an inventor of so many amazing things.
Yeah, I mean, and obviously down the road, you know, he gave the greatest gift of all to metal, which was the 5150.
Yeah.
I mean, when that amp came out, I mean, it's responsible for a lot of records. You know,
of course it is. It is
Hey,
responsible. And
He was about to play something. We just rewind that back a little. And I've played through that, like at Guitar Center, through that 5150 amp. And I'm really not a tube amp kind of guy. But like, if you get that amp on that right setting, that right pitch, and that right, like you get everything perfect on it, that amp sounds really good. And then the clean tone is... I advise you, if you have not played that amp, go to a Guitar Center. Like, yo, can I try this 5150? And I think they have like a little small stack, and then they have that 2-in-1, and then I think I played the stack, like a mini stack, and then I've never played the 2-in-1, but people say that one is also like exceptional. But yeah, like I advise you, if you ever go to a Guitar Center and you like guitar, just be like, yo, can I try the 5150 amp? And if they have an Eddie guitar, because I was playing it on the Wolfgang standards, just like the regular one, and then that's when I was like, man, this neck, like I said in the last video, I was like, yo, this neck, like it feels like it's been played, like it doesn't feel like a regular neck. But no, that amp is, if I were to get another amp, because like the one I have right now is a Boss Katana, the 100 watt, but if I had the money to get that other amp, getting it. But no, that's true, that amp is beautiful.
It's responsible for a lot of records. You know,
of course it is. It is responsible. And let's not forget about the song. I can't believe I remember these songs, but they're that good, you know. You just don't forget them. Yeah, the 5150, the 5152. I mean, there's so many different versions of it, and you know, I've used it multiple times on records. You know, absolutely. And but the cabinet has to go with the head,
without a doubt.
Facts.
It's designed that way, and
facts.
It's great. You know, I played through his rig, and oh my God, you know, he is like the Benjamin Franklin. He just knows where everything goes, and you know, it just sounds just unbelievable. Another, you know, an inventor on top of an amazing guitar player and an amazing songwriter. It's like,
true.
You know, you better freeze that brain or something, you know, because it's an important brain.
Yeah.
And I'm just so lucky to be living at the time, because he's going to go on for hundreds of years. He'll be immortal.
Eddie, thank you. This is Squiggy with the Music Experience and Loudwire's Gear Factor, hanging out with the one and the only.
And by the
Mr.
way, I'm just about to go on because I don't walk around like this.
Oh no! Oh, I thought this was.
Let's get that straight. Let's get that straight, Eddie. I don't walk around like this. I'm about to go on stage. So.
I like that video. We'll just pause right here. Yeah, man, I really like that video. Big ups to John, man, for pointing all that out. But yeah, man, like I said, just an all around great. Like, I don't even know what to say. It's just crazy. And then I don't even know where it went. I just seen it. And then I've seen this too, and there's only one guy that said it right. Like, speaking on the plan, speaking on it on his playing. So like say take Running with the Devil for instance, because this is where he does it the most. So this is a regular half step down tuning, you know what I'm saying? And you play Running with the Devil just regular and a half step down. So, but what Eddie does is he takes this second string, tunes it down, so you kind of get that kind of effect, And it sounds horrible out of tune, but when you play that chord, it's not tuned right. I gotta tune it more. But that's what he was explaining. He was like, Eddie would always tune his guitar to itself. And I was like, what the hell does that mean? And he plays Running with the Devil and Half Step Down. And he's like, it's missing a chord. Like, it's missing this. And he takes that second string, the second highest string, tunes it down a little bit, and it sounds perfectly in tune. I was like, what the hell? I was like, so you're saying all I got to do is put my guitar in half step down and then tune that second highest string down a little bit, like barely touch it? And that's what he was explaining. But like, that's just another thing to where that guy is the greatest of all time. Like, I don't even know what else to say. Are you guys crazy? But those that know. And yeah, man, it's just, I don't even know what to say. It's just wild. But that's the reaction, man, to John 5 on Van Halen's debut 40 years later. If you're new, hit that sub button, leave a like, comment what you should do next. I'm Mario, aka That Way 520, and I am gone. Peace.